I woke up and I was going to get some food from my job place and I was feeling lazy. So I told myself, should I just go tomorrow? Because I had no food. Like literally, I don't have any food left. So I just told myself, should I just go tomorrow or let me go today because I have work at 1 o'clock, But it just reminds me of that verse in the Bible, right? It's in Proverbs chapter 6, verses 10 to 11. I wrote it down. It says, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. I was just thinking, bro, in this life, we must work to eat. We must work to eat. There's literally no food for a lazy man. And it just reminds me how so many of us Africans are leaving our homeland to come to America in order to work. And the work here is even worse because we are not even working our soil. I remember like the book of Genesis, God was talking about to Adam. He says that man, we must work our soil hard before we are able to eat from it. That means what? You have to work in this life before you bear the fruit of your labor, right? God blesses the hands that work, the handwork of a man. So when you dig your soil, there's a reason why, I don't know if you know about history, Europeans, America, they come to our land, Africa, because we have good soil. Colonize our people, we have gold, we are suffering, we are working under them. We have all these resources. So why are so many of us leaving home to come to a place where we don't even have land, to come to a place where before we have to even work, the advantages are not on our side because we see these fancy big buildings, this and that. Bro, let me tell you something. The work here, I've lived here and I've lived in Africa. The work here is harder than the work back home, but nobody wants to believe me. I don't know where you are getting your advice from, whatever internet people, but they are lying to you. Or maybe that's their experience, but this is my experience. I'm telling you, I've seen my family move from back home to here. I've seen their life compared. Most people are well off back home because we just have our people. We are surrounded by our people. We are surrounded by a system that supports us. Although we can complain up and down about our president, about our this, but mind your business. Work your land, work, be hardworking, and then you will gain the fruit of your labor. That's why the big reason is us. We cannot use money wisely. Money management. And I was just watching a YouTube video was saying that the best way to be rich is the easier way to be rich, the easiest way to get rich is to have a rich parent. And that's true because we don't grow up, we grow up learning the hobbies. So if we grow up poor in a poor family, we are more likely to be poor. We are more likely to have limiting belief about money. We are more likely not to expand our head and see the world how we want to see the world, right? We grow up knowing that school is the only way and having a job is the only way. But why will you grow up and fit into a system for so many years just to have one source of income? And which when you have that one source of income, which is a job that you have to work for and suffer for, it's not enough to even support your lifestyle. We work so hard to go to school to have a job that takes how many hours on our life? 9 hours from 9 to 5. And if you are traveling to work again, you're probably driving or probably commuting. You are wasting your time again to work for another person. The reason why I don't like that, personally, I don't say I like to work for myself. I like to start up my own business. Maybe if I want to buy oil prices go up, I sell them. So that's like something you can do. And you just need to find a way to make capital. How can you get capital? So if we use our head wisely, we'll be fine. Let me tell you my number one problem with a job, right? When I was working for like this corporation, I can do the work in less than 5 hours. And when I finish my work, they will always say there's always something to do because they don't want me to sit idle and not do anything. You cannot sleep at your work, right? So although the work is done for the day, I have to pretend like I'm doing something. And that's why the work is so boring. And then also, not to talk of some people who are in a higher position, they are doing very little. They are doing very little work. They are doing less work. Or maybe my colleagues, they are not as productive as I am. So I have to get out of my way to support them. Or they just, the work that I can do for 6 hours, they can take even more than 8 hours. They're still not finishing that work. So it's not really, so those are the disadvantages of having a job. But let's say if I'm working for myself, I'm my own boss. Maybe I'm building real estate, or I'm buying and selling, or I'm growing my crops. I can put as much time as I want from that work that I want, and is actually gonna yield the product that I'm looking for, right? So nobody's actually controlling my time. I probably have a farm. I'm probably walking around the people that I like. Not, you can have these issues when you come here, you saying that you want to come for a job. That's why people are so depressed here. You are working with people that you don't know, you don't relate with. You are just colleagues, right? They are not really your friends and all that stuff. And why I'm on this topic of work, I want to jump to the biggest lie that we have been told, right? In America, the biggest lie. I just believe now that I'm awake, I believe that opportunities come to you when you look for them. If you come to America to look for opportunities, yes, you may find them, but the favors, I believe, that are against you. It's hard to start business here. It's hard to do things here. But don't think that you have to leave Africa to look for opportunities in America. Because I know so many people that are saying that until they come to America, that's how they make it. They have to come to America in order to gain that capital so they can build back home. I'm like, bro, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, really. Look for opportunities there and you will find them, and you start small. Because people are thinking that, oh yeah, it's like heaven is a big place. Oh, you are working in dollars. But remember, you're also spending in dollars. There's a reason why there's a lot of poverty here. It's just easier to be homeless here. It's just easier to, it's like anything you own in America. And the more you own, the more the system owns you. Let's say if I'm buying a vehicle, they're asking me for my social security. They're asking, because I'm financing that vehicle, they're asking me for my now I have to pay insurance for that vehicle. They have my home address. It's very traceable, everything you do here. And on another topic for job, I want to say America is a trap, in a sense that when they offer you this job, they offer you, there's something called benefits. What benefit does is it makes us comfortable. That's why so many people are saying that go to school so you can have a good job. They're not saying that go to school so you can be free and never work for anybody. They say go to school so you can have a good job. Because what that job offers, they offers good benefits. What benefit does? They have health insurance, life insurance. They have this holiday package, whatever they call it. You search it up for yourself. When you are offered health insurance, because what is really expensive in America also that you have to consider is health insurance. You know why? Because for the look of things, when I had my job, we're training, everybody was getting sick every week. People are calling out because they are sick. It's like a normal thing here. And I really saw that, oh, what are these people eating? Because we are like a car, right? When you put in a different oil in a car, it's obviously not gonna function well. So people are not fitting their body with the nutrients that they need. So people are buying this fast food. Some people don't even drink water. It's only like sugary drinks. So when they do all that to their health, they get sick almost every week. That's why health insurance is so expensive here. So they rely on a good job that gives them good health insurance. So it's really harder to quit your job because you don't want to lose that benefit like your health insurance, because you're always going to the doctor. You're always sick. And also they have life insurance. Oh, what if something happened to me? What if I die? Who's gonna cover my death expenses? So you are basically relying on this job to provide you all these necessarily, or maybe the things that you think is necessary, right? Which for me, you shouldn't rely for nobody for these things. You should rely on God for everything, because after God is man. That's just what it is. I'm not gonna rely for no business to do this. I'm not gonna rely on nobody. When I'm sick, I need to have enough money so I can do, even if it's a surgery, to do that. So that's like taking control over your life. That's like having power. We have to be comfortable in a place where, in a stand where we can, if some family member is sick anywhere, we can go visit them. That's the level. That's what is called financial independence. So just to remind you, money does not grow on trees in America. You have to work for your own money. There is no food for a lazy man, no matter where you are. If you come to America, you have to work twice as hard. If you go abroad, you have to work twice as hard. There's a reason why I keep telling you, there's a reason why they divided us. And even now, we kind of like what I've seen even here in America, our own people, they are always, I think like we are actually, that colonialism mindset is still us. We compare too much. We compare, oh, what is success? We define success by what we see. A good job means success, a good this, a good wife, having children, going to school. But those are all bullshit, you know. Those are all success for somebody. Those are all somebody's success that has put it for us to compare ourselves with. Because we have to question the things that we see. We have to question the things that were put in place for us. Why do we go to school and learn algebra, X and Y, blah, blah, blah? But in real life, we never see X and Y. Having gone any place to any job that give me money, any business I start that I need those skills, that math skills to do this. Life is so simple that will make it so complicated.